Get ready to see cars that sell for tens of millions of dollars. Their value is driven not just by their technical features, but by their incredible historical significance. In this video, you'll learn about the most expensive cars in the world, including the one that holds the record for the highest price. Plus, you'll be treated to exquisite designs and unique engineering solutions that will leave no one indifferent. Ferrari 250 GT California Spider. Have you ever dreamed of a car that combines speed and style? This legendary car was created in 1957 by the Italian company Ferrari, which is still renowned for its luxurious and powerful vehicles. The car was specifically designed for the American market, hence its name, California. Only 106 of these masterpieces were ever made. Many celebrities have owned this car. For example, one of the lucky owners was James Coburn, the famous Hollywood actor and Oscar winner. He was so captivated by this car that he purchased it in 1964 and enjoyed every ride for many years. The immense buzz surrounding the Ferrari 250 GT California Spider was and still remains strong. For instance, in 2008, one of these cars was sold for an astronomical sum, nearly $11 million, to a Microsoft executive. As for the most recent owner, this information is usually kept secret, but it's known that collectors around the world continue to trade rare Ferrari 250s at private auctions. The car still attracts attention with its aerodynamic lines and supercar engines. Would you like to own such a car? Alfa Romeo 8C 2900B Lungo Spider. What is it like to own a car that is not just a means of transportation, but a true work of art? I'm talking about the Alfa Romeo Lungo Spider. This beauty was created in 1939 by the Italian company Alfa Romeo. The model was designed by the engineer Vittorio Giano. Initially, the Alfa Romeo 8C was developed as a racing car. It reached a top speed of 111 miles per hour, which was impressive for that time. It also participated in several famous races, including the legendary Mille Miglia. However, its elegant body made it a luxurious car for everyday use as well. But even if you happen to have $20 million lying around, you're unlikely to find one. Only 12 units of this model were ever produced. However, in 2016, one of the Alfa Romeo Lungo Spider models was sold at auction for a record $19.4 million. Its new owner, a car collector, chose to remain anonymous. Would you like to take a ride in such a rarity? Duesenberg SSJ. Imagine a car that was created specifically for movie stars and became the embodiment of luxury and speed. Let me introduce you to the Duesenberg SSJ. The car was produced in 1935 by the American company Duesenberg. Interestingly, the company's founders, brothers Fred and Augie Duesenberg, were self-taught. But despite this, their craftsmanship was exceptional. Their hand-built cars won races at the Indianapolis 500 in 1924, 1925, and 1927. The Duesenberg SSJ is one of the most legendary and rarest cars, designed exclusively for a select few. Only 2 units of this model were ever made, making them truly unique. One unit belonged to Gary Cooper, and the other to Clark Gable, who were Hollywood icons of their time. One of the most astonishing facts about the Duesenberg SSJ is its incredible power. The car was equipped with an 8-cylinder, 6.9-liter engine that allowed it to reach speeds of up to 139 miles per hour. This was an insane figure for the mid-1930s. As for the most recent owners, one of the Duesenberg SSJ units was sold at auction in 2018 for an incredible $22 million. The new owner chose to remain in the shadows, but it's known that the car is now part of a private collection. The second model, which belonged to Gable, also found a buyer among collectors, but little is known about its current owner. Jaguar D-Type. Before you is a car that is not only dazzlingly beautiful, but also possesses a racing spirit that captivates at first glance. This beauty was created by the British company Jaguar in 1955 and was designed for racing. Imagine it was specifically developed to win the legendary 24 Hours of Le Mans race, and they succeeded. The model was so successful that it won this race 3 times in a row. This car is incredibly rare. Only 87 units of the Jaguar D-Type were ever produced. The standout feature of this model is its aerodynamic design. Notice the distinctive fin rear stabilizer, which gives the car even more stability at high speeds. The car was equipped with a 3.4-liter, 6-cylinder engine that could accelerate it to 173 miles per hour. For the mid-1950s, that was an insane speed. One of the most famous owners of the Jaguar D-Type was Steve McQueen, the legendary actor and race car driver. He participated in numerous races with it and even used it in several of his films. In 2016, one of the Jaguar D-Type units was sold at auction for a staggering $21.78 million. It's known that the car is still in excellent condition and can be seen at various car shows and events. The remaining units have also found homes in private collections and museums, continuing to delight their owners. So, what do you think of the car? Impressive, isn't it? Ferrari 290i's. Amen? Close your eyes and imagine the roar of the engine, the whistle of the wind, and a bright red sports car speeding down the track. This is none other than the 1956 Ferrari 290mm, a legend in the racing world. Created in Enzo Ferrari's workshop in Maranello, the car was specifically designed for the Mille Miglia race, as evidenced by the initials of the race in the car's abbreviation. Only 4 Ferrari 290mm cars were ever made. The car features a 3.5-liter V12 engine, producing 320 horsepower. Look at its appearance. It's a true work of art, combining grace and aggression. One of the most famous owners of this Ferrari model was the legendary racer Juan Manuel Fangio, who won numerous races in this car. Interestingly, despite participating in races until 1964, the car was never involved in an accident. The last Ferrari 290mm was sold at auction in 2018 for an incredible sum of over $22 million. Its new owner is a collector whose name remains a secret. Would you like to sit behind the wheel of this legend? Ferrari 335 Sport Scaglietti. Another gem from Ferrari is the Ferrari 335 Sport Scaglietti. Behind the wheel of this car was none other than Stirling Moss, a legend and veteran of motorsport. The Ferrari 335 Sport Scaglietti is a car that impresses with its power and style. Created in 1957, this model quickly became a legend. Enzo Ferrari, the founder of the company, wanted to create a car that was not only fast but also elegant. Compared to the Ferrari 290mm, the Sport Scaglietti had a more powerful engine and was geared towards higher speeds. The Ferrari 335 Sport Scaglietti was equipped with a 4.1-liter V12 engine, allowing it to reach speeds of up to 186 miles per hour. Only 4 units of this model were made. One of the most famous owners was British racer Mike Hawthorne. He valued this car for its power and handling and achieved impressive results behind the wheel. In 2016, one Ferrari 335 Sport Scaglietti was sold at auction for a staggering $32 million to an unknown buyer. Rumor has it that the buyer was famous footballer Lionel Messi. If true, this would make it the most expensive car ever purchased by a footballer. Not a bad buy, right? Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic. This car was owned by the renowned British banker Victor Rothschild. What drew him to it? The car can be compared to a work of art from a distant future, created in the past century. The story of this car began in 1936. It was designed by the legendary John Bugatti, the son of the company founder Ettore Bugatti. John wanted to create something truly special, and he succeeded. Only 4 Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantics were ever produced. The car stands out with its unique design, streamlined body lines, a distinctive crest on the roof and hood, made from lightweight aluminum alloy. For its time, the car was a marvel of automotive technology. Its 3.3-liter engine with a mechanical supercharger produced 170 horsepower and allowed the car to reach speeds of up to 118 miles per hour. Only the very wealthy could afford such a car. One of the first owners was the well-known British banker Victor Rothschild. In 2010, the Bugatti was sold at auction for $42.8 million. It is believed that the car was purchased by collector Peter Mullen for his personal collection of classic cars in California. So, what do you feel when you look at this car? Ferrari 250 GTO Berlinetta. Imagine a world where the beauty and power of a car blend into one. This world belongs to the legendary Ferrari 250 GTO Berlinetta. The Uhlenhaut car was designed in the early 1960s by engineer Giotto Bizzarini. The craftsman worked to ensure the car not only looked stunning, but also remained one of the fastest on the racetracks. Only 36 units of this model were produced. The car is equipped with a 3-liter V12 engine, allowing it to reach speeds of up to 173 miles per hour. It's a true racing monster that won the most prestigious races of its time. One of the famous owners of the Ferrari 250 GTO Berlinetta was Nick Mason, the drummer of Pink Floyd. He bought the car in the 1970s, and it remained his prized possession for a long time. In 2018, one Ferrari 250 GTO was sold at auction for a record $70 million. The new owner was businessman David McNeil, a big fan and collector of classic cars. Every time you see a Ferrari 250 GTO, remember that this car is a symbol of speed, style, and victory. Would you buy this car for yourself? Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe. The story of this car begins in 1955. It was created by the outstanding engineer Rudolf Uhlenhaut, who worked for Mercedes-Benz. This car is incredibly rare, as only 2 units were made. Uhlenhaut created this car as a road version of the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR, which was famous in races like the 24 Hours of Le Mans. The design of the Uhlenhaut Coupe is strikingly unique. Gull-wing doors that open upwards give the car a futuristic look. Under the hood is a powerful engine that allowed it to reach speeds of over 180 miles per hour. This was truly extraordinary for its time. The car was owned by Rudolf Uhlenhaut himself, who used it as his personal transport. After his retirement, the Uhlenhaut Coupe became part of the Mercedes-Benz collection. In May 2022, one of the cars was sold at auction for a record $135 million, making it the most expensive car in history. The buyer's name was not disclosed. Today, it is part of a private collection, and only a select few can see it. The Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe is not just a car. It's a part of motorsport history, a symbol of engineering excellence and aesthetic perfection. Would you like to be behind the wheel of such a marvel and feel like part of a legend? Friends, you've seen some of the most unique cars in history. The manufacturers probably never anticipated that the value of these cars would rise to incredible heights, and that they would end up in the collections of the world's wealthiest individuals. It's undeniable that these cars are truly worth their price. Their exquisite forms amaze with their elegance and uniqueness, while the engineers astonish with the breadth of their imagination. You too can show creativity and imagination if you join our team. If you have editing skills, can voice videos in Russian, English, and other languages, or write interesting scripts, we'd be happy to work with you. Reach out to our Telegram bot. The link is in the description.